Good morning. It's Saturday, January 16th. Yesterday I talked about tools, and not completely, of course, there's a lot to talk about tools, including this is half of the sponge you get at the painting part of the hardware store. So one in the sink and one in my little bucket, but it's a good size. I've mentioned before using a latex glove to protect just that part of my fingernail. The plastic bats, these, have just enough texture that it grinds away at that. Well, I've gotten used to this, but in grad school, at one point, one of my professors, Chuck Hines, razzed me about throwing pots that were too tight. Smooth, even, predictable, whatever. Bede Clark has referred to it as being geometric as opposed to being wild, which I think is maybe a more useful thing than tight and loose. But anyway, Chuck wanted me to throw pots that were more loose, and at some point teased in a heckling sort of way that I should throw wearing yellow fuzzy gardening gloves like these. So I bought a pair, and for 2 or 3 weeks I threw wearing yellow fuzzy gardening gloves. And there were actually a couple of benefits other than, watching the top of Chuck's head come off. So one was that when they're on you, and you get them full of water, I found I could actually pull taller because they were acting like sponges. So as I was getting higher and higher and higher, I would get to that last little bit where normally the clay would be catching a little bit, but by squeezing my fists, I could get a little extra water out of the glove themselves, and that would lubricate the thing for that final bit up. So I got maybe 2 or 3 inches of extra height. The gloves, I was also happy to find out, would protect my skin from the groggy clay that I was using to try to get taller and taller throwing. But the thing is, the tightness of a pot in general, unless it's just a wobbly disaster about to fall, is based on how you treat the skin of it. And because I would finish with ribs, they stayed tight. So after 2 or 3 weeks, I stopped using the gloves and thanked Chuck for the suggestion. Have a good day.